Hello and good morning, everyone. All right, so as I was saying, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're located around the world. I think you can see on my left on the screen, we have an incredible guest for you all today. But before I turn it over to our incredible speaker who will teach us about building your personal network, I just want to talk briefly about some exciting news that we received earlier this week. As many of you know, in the video before, we held a project called the Together We Can Food Drive and Sculpture Competition last December. And recently, for our efforts in that project, our club was recognized with the Kindness Matters Service Award, which is an international recognition that is bestowed upon 20 clubs annually in recognition of late first Vice President Haynes Townsend, who unfortunately passed away right around the time this project was completed. And we're very honored to receive it, and I'm very honored to have led that project alongside our incredible team here at the New Jersey Visionary Cyber Leo Club, and I think that's an interesting thing that we're all celebrating. So, like I said, we have an incredible speaker today, so I'm just not going to take too much of your time, but I'm going to turn it over to Leo Lion Kyle Boutilier, who is from Surrey, British Columbia, Canada, and he was appointed by International President Gudrun Neuenroder to be one of the first Leo Lion board liaisons back in 2018 to 2019. I have known Kyle for such a long time. It's been so great to get to know him and learn from him and all of the incredible skills that I've been able to gain through a partnership with him. He's currently pursuing, I think he's about to finish a bachelor's degree in economics from the University of Western Ontario in London, Ontario, Canada. He's been an active Leo with the Quentin Park Leo Club since 2013 until joining the Surrey Central Lions Club in 2017. He's held a number of offices within our association, including Leo Club President, a Leo Club Program Advisory Panelist for Constitutional Area 2, as well as serving on the Youth Engagement Ad Hoc Committee of the International Board. As a board liaison, Kyle was very interested in serving on the Membership Development or Leadership Development Committees, and he did an incredible job representing all the Leos and Leo Lions all over the world. Now, we were all very excited to see Kyle because we knew he was going to do a great job, and he surely delivered. And interesting fact you may not know, he's an avid reader and a traveler with a passion for running and exercise. So without further ado, turning it over to Leo Lion, Kyle Boutilier.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Well, first of all, congratulations on that award. I watched your stream last week, and so well-deserved, and it's really an honor and privilege to be here with you today on this Sunday morning. It's an honor to present on how Leo members can build their personal networks and connect with other Leos. Thank you very much for inviting me. I think this is a very innovative project and a great way for each of you to learn a bit more for 20 to 30-minute sessions every week. I think it's very professionally done as well. I feel like I'm on television right now. It feels it's really a really cool project. As Ojas mentioned, I'm the former Leo Lion board liaison, and I served with Eleonora Fresia from Italy in 2018 to 2019. So this was a newly created position at the time, and it's really the representative of the Leos and the young Lions on the International Board of Directors. I think last week you had Leo Lion Ayush, and he gave a presentation, and so he's one of your current Leo Lion board liaisons. The other one is Pollo, who's from Uruguay. I'm currently a Leo Lion member, as you see, with the West London Lions Club, which is in London, Ontario, Canada, which is where I study economics. And just like you, I was a Leo for 4 years. I was with a club near Vancouver. And really, when I wanted to join the Leo Club, one of the big reasons I joined was obviously for the service, but when I was in grade 8, I was quite a shy student. I didn't make too many friends. Sorry, I didn't mention this, but in Canada, you enter high school in grade 8. And so in my first year, I didn't make that many friends. And so I was really looking for an opportunity to connect with other students and make a few friends. So when I heard about the Leo Club on my school's PA system, I thought this would be a great opportunity to serve, but also to make some friends. And so I went to the first meeting. I really enjoyed it, and I went to my first service projects. I served for the year, and I was able to make many friends in my first year, both within the Lions and the Leos, and it was a great way to build my personal network. I guess moving forward a bit from there, I think building your personal network within the Lions or Leos has many benefits. It's great for traveling. So I attended my first international convention in Chicago in 2017, and I was able to connect with some of the European Leos. And later on that summer, actually, I went backpacking in Europe. And so the Leos that I had met at the convention in Chicago, when I was going around Europe, I was able to meet up with some of them. They were able to take me to the local restaurant, show me around to some of the tourist attractions. And so I really think it's a great way to connect with Leos, not only within your own area, but also around the world. Because if you're traveling, it's great to know that you have friends in different parts of the world that can show you around if you're traveling. I also think it's great for educational and career opportunities. I know that when I was looking for different programs to study at or different jobs that I'm interested in, it's a great way to talk to some of the Lions or Leo members in your area and see what the different things they're interested in, because they have lots of advice and feedback for you. So I think it's a great way building your personal network to learn about the different educational and career opportunities. And finally, as I've mentioned, it's great for friendships. I would say some of my best friends are from the Lions and Leo Club. And so they might be from different countries, but we all know with social media and with Zoom and all these different platforms, it's much easier to stay connected. So really, I think there's lots of benefits for you to build your personal network. It's great for traveling, great for learning about educational and career opportunities, and great for learning about friendships. I now think I'll talk a bit about some of the specific examples of ways that you can build your personal network or different events that I've either hosted myself or I've seen. And so the first thing I want to talk about is the Canadian Young Lions Retreat. And I won't go in depth about the entire retreat because I know I've done presentations before on this, and I'm sure some of you probably already heard my presentations. But just to give a brief background, it was founded in 2018 with the goal to encourage more Leos to join the Lions and also encourage newer young Lions to stay with us. We also had the secondary goal to develop the leadership skills of the participants to help them in the Lions, but also in other aspects of life, including building their personal networks. And I should mention that we also invited some of the Leos that were 15, 16, and 17, so soon to be aging out of that program, also to the Canadian Young Lions Retreat. And so we held our first retreat in 2019, and we had a great weekend of workshop, service, and fellowship. But I want to talk about a specific event that we had within the weekend. And I think it's a great example of Leos connecting with other Lions, but also connecting with other Leos as a great way to grow their networks. So we had a career panel, and originally when we were planning the retreat, we didn't think it'd be very successful. We thought, people wouldn't like it. It was just something kind of to fill the time for that specific time slot of the retreat. And well, it turned out to be one of the most popular events of the retreat. So we had a career panel. We had Lions from diverse backgrounds and experiences. They came to talk about the different careers that they've been engaged with, and also a bit. They also talked a bit about the leadership opportunities within Lions, because at the Canadian Young Lions Retreat, we also had some young professionals, and so we wanted to make it a bit relevant for them as well. I think we probably had every single major career represented. We had business, we had infectious disease, we had healthcare workers, teachers, etc. And so kind of the rationale behind this is we thought, well, why not partner with the Lions in our area who come from a variety of careers and offer some sort of panel, and also an opportunity for the Lions to talk about the different leadership positions. And so I think this is a great example for you to build your personal network, is reach out to the Lions in your area. They come from different backgrounds, and it's a great opportunity for you to grow your personal network. But anyway, talking about the specific career panel, we had a rotation about every 5 minutes. And so the participants would sit at a table. They would talk to a particular Lion about their career or about the leadership position with the Lions. And then they would rotate around to each table. So we ended up saying that it was only 5 minutes, but honestly, it was so popular that the participants were like, "Oh, give us 2 more minutes, give us 2 more minutes." And so it ended up being so successful that we went way over the time, and then we actually got kicked out of the room that we were supposed to be in at the hotel, because we had went way past the time that we had booked the room for. So I think that was really surprising for us because we didn't think it'd be very successful. And so I really think this was a great opportunity for participants to build their personal networks within the Lions, obviously, because they're talking directly to the Lions leaders, but it also helped them connect with the Leos during their discussions at the table, because when you're moving around to different tables, you're talking to the other participants and seeing what they're interested in. And through that, you're able to kind of build your personal network and grow some friendships. So I would recommend this for anyone who's listening, who's maybe responsible for hosting the district or multiple district or state convention. I think this is a great opportunity that you can offer some of your younger members, including Leos and Young Lions, to offer them some sort of like career panel or maybe educational panel, perhaps, if people are looking at different educational opportunities. So I think this is a great idea. And if you're interested, please feel free to contact me. I'd be happy to provide some more insight on this, because I think it's something that we can definitely leverage within the Lions. Now I want to talk about a few other kind of opportunities that I see as ways for you to build your personal network. So I guess starting very locally with your club. Well, I think it's very important for you, first of all, to attend your own club events. It's a great way to connect with your club members. I think this is probably your most important network because you really get to know your club. They're the ones that you're doing the service projects with predominantly. They're the ones that you're meeting with on a weekly or monthly or whatever basis your club meets on. And I know that there's lots of Leos that became best friends through their clubs. I even know some people that got married through the Leo club, crazy enough. And obviously I'm not advocating for this, but it just goes to show you how you can meet some of the people you're closest with through the Leo or Lions club. So really make sure that you attend your club's events, the service projects, the socials, etc. Because I think this is a great way for you to build your personal network. And honestly, most clubs, it seems they have 20 plus members in most Leo or Lions club. And I think this is a great way for you to make 20 pretty close friends. So please be engaged with your local Leo or Lions club. Now, I think also expanding a bit larger than that, you have the neighboring Leo clubs. So we have a tool online called the LCI Club Finder, and that's a great way for you to find the other Leo and Lions clubs in your area. And so I know there's lots of Leo and Lions clubs that do service project collaboration. Something I've heard a lot from Leos is they want to hear the different service ideas, especially during the era of COVID, because obviously we're a lot more limited in terms of what we can do. So I think you should reach out to your neighboring Leo clubs and see the different service projects they're involved with. And also another comment I've heard a lot is, how do we actually organize our club? A lot of Leos are interested in seeing like how the leadership structure works in different clubs. So please do consider reaching out to your neighboring Leo clubs, because I think it's a great way to stay connected, and they're not too far away. So great way for you to build your personal network. I'd also say on the same note to reach out to the Lions in your area to see if they're interested in the field of work that you're interested in. Or if there's even kind of an idea of what you want to work in. I think it's a great opportunity to reach out to the Lions in the area and ask questions. And really all you have to do is ask. And I'm pretty confident when I say this, that I'm sure most Lions and Leos would be up for talking over Zoom for a quick chat or grabbing a coffee when it's safe to do so again. So really do consider reaching out to the Leos and Lions in your area, because they're quite close and it's a great way to stay connected. Now, thinking a bit more broadly, you have your district, you have your state, or your multiple district. So for those who are not familiar, we have conventions at the district, state, and multiple level. So I'd say ask your sponsoring club to see if they can sponsor you to attend these conventions. And it's a great opportunity for you to meet your district governor or district cabinet, multiple district chairs where applicable. And so it's a great way to meet the Lions and Leos that are from a bit larger geographic area. So please reach out to your district and multiple district, but also attend those conventions. I guess expand even a bit larger, we have the USA Canada Leo Leadership Forum. And so I think this is a great way, again, for you to connect with Leos across Canada and the US. And they also, I should mention, they offer many different seminars too that you can attend that weekend. They have service projects that you can be involved with. So please consider reaching out again to your club to see if they would consider sponsoring you. Talk to your parents, maybe consider attending one of these Leo leadership forums. I know this year it's actually being held in Canada, in Calgary. So maybe you can come up and visit Canada. I should also mention that we have the Leo Day at the USA Canada Lions Forum. So that's a bit different. So we have the Leo Forum, that's national, USA and Canada. We also have the Lions Forum. And then so specifically at that event, we have the Leo Day. This year it's in Des Moines, Iowa. And so I'm actually organizing the Leo Day. So if you're interested, we'd really like to see you in September at the Des Moines Leo Day at the USA Canada Lions Forum. So again, reach out if you're interested in attending, and ask your club if they'd be willing to sponsor you. And finally, talking about a little bit internationally. So we have the international convention that I had talked about a bit. I went to my first one in 2017 in Chicago. And so I really think this is a great opportunity for you to meet Leos and Lions from the other side of the world. I know some of you might not be familiar, but in other parts of the world, the Leo Club program is actually until the age of 30. So as a young Lion, and I hope you all consider joining Lions, you can meet all the different Leos that are 18 to 30 in other parts of the world, and also meet Lions, because we have lots of different, we have people from around the world attending these conventions. So again, there's lots of workshops there too. There's banquets, there's opportunities to connect. So do consider attending an international convention. And also this year, it's being held in Canada, the International Convention in Montreal. So hopefully we'll see you there. So please do consider attending. And I guess I wanted to close my speech with kind of a few next steps for you and how you can build your personal network. So I think the first main step is use social media to connect with other Lions and Leos. I know there's also a club finder tool, as I mentioned. You can look up the different Leo and Lions clubs in your area, but honestly, if you go on Facebook and you search up Leo or Lions, you can find many different people from around the world that are engaged as Leos or Lions. And so I think this is a great way, a great first step to connect with some of the Leos and Lions, both within your area and then around the world. I know on Facebook, you can actually filter geographically as well. So you could look for Leos and Lions in your area and maybe see what type of careers they're involved with if you have questions about that. You could also talk to your Leo Club advisor, because they're kind of your connection to your sponsoring Lions Club, and they could introduce you to Lions in your area that are currently in the careers that you're interested in, or they've studied the things that you want to study. So do talk to your Leo Club advisor and share the things that you're interested in, what type of careers you want to be engaged with, and what sort of educational opportunities you want to pursue. Because I guarantee you there's at least one Lion in your area that has been in a career that's similar to the one that you're interested in. I'd also ask you to consider attending one of the conventions. I know it's a bit crazy now with COVID to be able to attend conventions right now, but in the future, hopefully in the coming years, when we're able to host conventions safely again, I really do hope that you consider attending your district or multiple district or state convention, and if you're able to attend maybe a national or international event as well. And finally, the last thing I'll say is it's really important that you maintain your connections. I think you can reach out and you can talk to Lions and you can have a great conversation with them and learn lots from them. But it's very important that you reach out from time to time and check in with your connections, see how they're doing, because I think that's the most important thing, is maintaining them, because you can make lots of connections, but I think it's much harder to maintain them. Because I know I'm sure everyone can connect with this, but you've been to many events before where you've talked to many different people and maybe you've got their contact information, but you never kind of follow through or kind of maintain that sort of friendship. So please, when you do reach out to Lions and Leos, try to maintain it, check in with them every few months and see how they're doing. So I really hope that this was helpful for you to build your personal networks, and feel free to reach out whenever. I'd be happy to chat with you some more. So I think I really hope that you're able to build your personal networks, and I'd be happy to take any of your questions now.
Thank you so much, Leo Lion Kyle. So like I think our Visionary Leos chat wrote in the chat, please write any questions you want, either in the Facebook or YouTube chat, so we can ask them over to Kyle. But we do have one question here, Kyle. What suggestions would you give to people who are nervous about introducing themselves to other people?
Yeah, well, I think it's obviously a really hard thing to do, and I can really connect with that because, as I mentioned, when I was in grade 8 and I entered high school here in Canada, I was quite a shy student, and I had trouble making friends. And so it's a really hard thing to do, and I really do sympathize with the people that are that do have a bit of trouble reaching out. But I think the first step is maybe talk to your Leo Club advisor, or at least talk to your own members within your club, someone that's your age. I'm sure that you can at least try to talk to 1 or 2 people, and then kind of slowly build it up from there. If you're a bit shy too, and you're a bit like shy introducing yourself verbally, you could always email people too to kind of initially introduce yourself if that makes you feel a bit more comfortable. I think I think it's just kind of taking that first step, and just kind of letting people know that you want to reach out and you want to build your friendship and your personal friendships and personal network. So I think the first step is just talking to maybe someone with your club, or if you're comfortable, maybe talking to your Leo Club advisor. And yeah, I think email sometimes works to kind of break the ice a bit. So yeah, that's kind of how I would go about it.
So we have another question here. What advice would you give to someone who's looking to develop, their introduction, their 60-second elevator speech?
Well, I think really focus on like what you're interested in, what you're passionate about, because I think that really comes through when you're talking to someone, is what you're genuinely passionate about. So kind of maybe make a list for yourself, and write down the different things that you're passionate about and the things that gets you up in the morning. So, and then kind of frame your 60-second elevator pitch around that. So like for me, I'm very passionate about the Lions program, and so I've been involved now for 8 years, and so I really kind of I always, sometimes in job interviews, they ask me, well, is Lions the only thing in your life? But anyway, I think, but I really do talk a lot about the Lions Club program because it's something I'm very passionate about. And, maybe it's not necessarily the Lions or Leo Club program for you, and that's totally fine, but just kind of frame it around whatever you're interested in. Maybe it's something you study, maybe it's some hobby that you're engaged with. So really kind of frame that around the things that you're passionate about. Because I think that's what really kind of comes through in a conversation.
So we have another question here. What is your advice to Lions that want to support their Leos and Leos clubs?
Yeah, well, I think it's a kind of I think there's a lot of Lions that kind of go out and they genuinely want to help the Leos and stuff, and so I think there are lots of great Lions clubs out there. But I do have seen a few situations where there are Leos that say we really don't like our Leo Club advisor, and the whole club doesn't like the Leo Club advisor. So I think you as a Lions club really make sure that if you have a Leo club, that your Leo Club advisor is doing a good job. Maybe have someone from your club go in as like a secondary advisor, just to like from time to time to monitor to see how the relationship is, because I think it's very important to have good Leo Club advisors, because they're really the kind of link between your Lions club and your Leo club. So really do follow up with them and maybe attend some of the Leo Club meetings to monitor and keep them accountable. Yeah, I think the other thing is when you have Leos that are kind of aging out of the program. Another thing is a lot of Leos will join the Lions Club, and then that Lions Club will immediately make them like in some sort of leadership position. So they'll be like, "Oh, you're the club president," right away. And so some people get quite intimidated by that. And one thing to be very mindful of is that not everyone wants to be a leader, and that's totally fine. I think everyone. Well, I think obviously every Lion is a leader in their own regard, but some people don't want the formal leadership positions. They just want to serve as a Lion. They don't want to be the Lion Club president or the secretary or the treasurer. And a lot of times I see Lions clubs pressuring the new members to become the president, become the secretary right away. And a lot of them are like, I'm just here because I want to attend the service projects. And I think that's totally fine. So I think just be very mindful of that. And I think the number one thing you can do is just ask questions. Always ask. It's better to ask than just to kind of assume.
All right, I think we have time for a few more questions. Here's one that's talking. I think they know you a little well. They know that you've taken a study abroad to Britain. So their question is, how can you succeed in an environment where, like, say, you are going to be the foreigner and you're trying to become a local and network with people outside of your own comfort zone?
Yeah, well, I think obviously, like, just kind of be yourself when you go to these new environments, right? Like, I don't think ever compromise who you are, right? Like when you want to go to these, just kind of show who you are, and I'm sure you'll find the right group of people, no matter where you are in this world. So I think that's something I did. I just kind of went in as myself, and maybe a few people didn't like me when I went on my exchange, but I definitely met a group of people that I connected well with. So I think eventually you'll find, I guess, the people that you connect well with. So just be yourself and don't compromise who you are.
And I think this will be our final question for today. I think this is on a lighter note, but what has been your favorite experience in the Leo or Lions Club program?
Well, there's been lots of different favorite experiences, I guess. I guess when I was in the Leo Club, we used to have this event that I started as the president. It was a senior citizen prom. So we had noticed in my neighborhood that a lot of seniors were quite isolated. And so we wanted to kind of have this event that we could host. We call it a senior citizens prom. And so we had all the seniors from our area come out. We served them dinner. We had some music for them. And it was really a great night to see the seniors kind of, dancing up on the stage and just kind of having a great way to socialize and meet other people. And so we actually turned that into an annual event. Some of the seniors wanted to do it on a monthly basis. Unfortunately, we didn't have the capacity to do something like that, but it was a great event. I think the Leo Club still does it. So I think that's one of my favorite memories within the Leo Club program. Obviously, like traveling around the world and meeting the different Leos and hearing what the different projects they're involved with. I think that was a really outstanding experience, and it was truly an honor and privilege to represent the Leos in Young Lions in 2018, 2019. So I think those are some of my favorite memories.
All right, and thank you so much, Kyle, for your presentation. I'm sure that I certainly enjoyed it very much, and I'm sure our audience did as well. I think your insight was very helpful, and I hope that each and every one of you watching today can go out and build your personal network. So now that we've got a few minutes here, I'm just going to close this out. First of all, thank you so much again, Kyle. We'd like to thank our Leo Club advisor and our incredible technical team who's making all of this possible today. And we'd also like to thank, once again, Lions Clubs International for facilitating us winning the Kindness Matters Award. We're very excited about that. And hopefully we're going to use that to motivate our fellow Leos in the future. Scrolling below on the bottom part of the screen will be the attendance link to claim your attendance certificate. So please do that within the next hour or so that we can recognize your participation in our weekly series. Next week, please join us again at 11:30 Eastern to hear a talk from PID Mel Bray, who is the immediate past international director from our multiple district 16, who's going to be talking about enhancing your public speaking skills. Truly, we've enjoyed hosting these series. We're on the 7th episode now. It's hard to believe. But once again, we thank all of you for joining us today and joining us for the past few weeks. We hope you'll continue to lead with a vision. Take care, everyone. I hope to see you next week.